Okay, so our essay is in MLA format. Now let's talk about how to get that works cited, okay? Say this is our conclusion paragraph where it ends. Your works cited needs to be on its own page, okay? So you can do a page break, or if you just wanted to press enter all the way down, you'll leave that rest of that page blank and you'll start your works cited on a new page, okay? You will want to be in Times New Roman 12, of course. You will center and you will type works cited. There will be no quotation marks around it. It won't be in bold. It won't be underlined, nothing, okay? It's just going to say works cited, just like this. All right, then we're going to go back to our left alignment and we're going to pull up our source chart, okay? We've already used our evidence, but now we need the source citations because the works cited is a list of those source citations. So we're simply going to do the same thing we've been doing. Cut, paste, and that actually cut and paste in perfect Times New Roman font, which is what we want. Cut, paste, enter, and cut, paste. Okay, so we have all of our sources that we use in our essay for our works cited. Now, the only thing we need to fix is what we call the hanging indent. So from my image, I'm going to drag here. You can see that the works cited has what we call this hanging indent. Okay, it's this space here, here, here. Okay. You always write your first line normally, not indented, nothing like that. But then anything after the first line, that's going to take us to our link. Interesting. Anything after that first line needs to be indented. So back on our doc here, we just want to make sure that we have that hanging indent. Now, it's not going to do it automatically for you unless you have previously formatted it to be in the hanging indent. So let's look at how we're going to add that hanging indent for lines that are more, sources that have more than one line. Now notice this at the bottom here, the Shakespeare text is only one line, so there is no hanging indent, okay? Hanging indent only occurs when there is more than one line in your source citation. Now it's pretty straightforward in Office. You're just going to highlight your source. You're going to make sure you're on home here. Now it's not up on our toolbar, so we'll go to the three dots, which will take us to special indent. Then you'll go to hanging, okay? And that creates your hanging indent. So super straightforward here. Okay, now last thing, we need to make sure it is in alphabetical order. Okay, so we're going to move this guy up here, move this down here. We're just going to make sure that it is correctly spaced, okay, because remember sometimes we have that weird spacing. So we're going to go down to line spacing options. We have 0, 0, double, perfect. Okay, so here we have our works cited, done. All right, let's look at if you are doing it in Google Docs and you're going to submit as a PDF. Okay, so here we're on our MLA template. We have our essay. Let's say this is our conclusion paragraph. We just clicked enter, enter, enter the whole time last time we were down there. So let's do the insert, break, page break. That's going to take you to a new page, okay? Since I didn't type it at the top, it's not going to have it here, but I'll make sure that it has my last name. And then we're going to want to make sure that we are in the center. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, the template already has it on there for you, so that's even better. So you already have it centered. There for you, which is perfection. Okay, so now we're going to copy and paste our sources again. I just want to make sure there's not an extra space up there. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to paste them here. And they look a little funky because you can tell that they're centered, okay? So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and align them left. And now we're going to give them the hanging indent. So on your Google Docs, you'll highlight it. We'll go Format, Align and Indent, Indentation Options, Special, and then Hanging. And you want it to be 0.5. Okay, so pretty straightforward there as well. Special, hanging, 0.5. Special, hanging, 0.5. And it's already in alphabetical order because we put it in the previous essay. Okay, so here we have our works cited formatted correctly and ready to rock and roll.